Okay, welcome back to video 45 of the YouTube clone series. In this video, I took a shift. Last video we did the video list. We started it, but I took a shift because I noticed that YouTube. This is actual YouTube here. I'm just watching a live stream, but when you hit play and you hit pause, you'll notice that it plays and pauses the video, and you also get a flash of this icon, either play or pause depending on which one you execute at that moment. So we didn't have anything like that in our application at all. So I wanted to add that, and so I have. So now we get when it. Okay, it's backwards right now. Let me just see here.
All
There we go.
right, try to make this.
I'm not exactly sure. I might not have it fully implemented yet. It might be, if you go back to this one,
super quick.
Yeah, see, that'll throw it off. Now
I just found out about.
Now it'll be back on. Okay, so I have to somehow fix that part of it, because my system is just an on-click for this main video component. It doesn't take into consideration the control. So if you come in with the control and play and pause it, or just say you just play it, you've thrown it off.
I'm just learning.
Which is interesting, but I'll show you what I have so far. Maybe someone that watches it, we can work out a better solution together. But like I said, I've turned autoplay on,
Try to make this.
and so you get a pause icon there. And I did it with a package that was already installed. React Transition Group. Now some of the components of Material UI already use the React Transition Group. Like I think the dialogues, the modals, if you will, or whatever they call them, dialogues. They use this React Transition Group, and various other things that maybe I'm not aware of inside of Material UI use it. So this was already installed. You can go and you can always check your check what's installed in the client by going into, you're already in the client folder. You can go into node modules, and then you can look down through all your, like if you want to look at what icons you have, you'd go to the Material UI icons, and you can just look through and just see what different packages you have. You get down and you already have, React Transition Group. So we got a ton of different React stuff, but right there, React Transition Group is already installed. So I'm not an expert at this either, but I went to their website, which you can link to through Material UI, but just to show you, reactcommunity.org/react-transition-group. But they have a bunch of examples on there, and I kind of tinkered around with one until I got it. So you bring in transition, and what I did was I built a separate component here. I built a play pause component, and it's going to take this in. The first prop's going to be in, but we're renaming it improp, and that's just a Boolean that tells you whether it's in or not. Basically controls the transition, and then I mean, this is pretty much a standard standard prop that they all take. So it's how you trigger the transition. When it's true, it triggers it. And then when it's false, it undoes it. I'm not exactly sure. This is kind of confusing. And I put in my own play icon Boolean because I brought in two different icons. I brought in a play icon and a pause icon. Like you saw how it toggled when you clicked it. So I brought in these icons. These are part of Material UI. Pause circle filled and play circle filled. I brought those two guys in. And basically, it lets you put this component. This is just a subcomponent that I built. And later on, I stick play pause down into our main component, our video main component. I stick it in right here, bringing in the show play pause and the play icon from the main root, which is the video root. So basically what happens is I can flip the Boolean back and forth to get either a play icon or a pause icon. And it lets you basically, as a child of transition, you basically give it this function that takes in a status, and it's going to automatically key on these phases: entering, entered, exiting, and exited phases. And you can set the properties you want for each one of those, kind of like a keyframes, sort of like a keyframes animation, I guess is the best way to look at it. And then you can use the destructuring syntax to spread all those in. And based on status, which is one of these four, you're going to get this style. And you can also throw in a default style for the div, which is where I position it absolutely to make it appear to be over top of the video. And I give it a base opacity of 0 so you can't see it. Until the click happens. And you give it a transition. And right now I just did half a second. And I also put style on the icon itself. I just gave it a background color of white and a regular color of black and a border radius of 50. It kind of creates this, you'll be able to see it on a different video, like with a different color background. You get, see, we flip-flopped it again. With a different color background, you get that effect. So, 2 minutes left here. So the main code for that is, as you can see, we got a duration here, which just comes into play. This would be also duration. You don't even need the duration. You can just hard code in that, but since it appears twice, you wrap that all in the transition. Like I said, stick it in with the prop, and then the real key is controlling this this show play pause prop, or this in prop, which is the show play pause. All right. And so I do that over here. Basically, I did this whole function here where this video element gets set as soon as the page loads. And the video element is basically using a ref. We've gone over this in another video, but we're using a ref to get an actual. So now we can actually control the element. So basically, we say if it's paused, and that's a natural thing from JavaScript that's built in, we play it. Otherwise, we pause it. And this is just using your basic HTML JavaScript properties that come along with that video element. And then that's where I get into, I make it wait. I flip the state of the showing it, and then I wait half a second and flip it back. So that's why you only see it for half a second on the screen. And that's the basic setup for that.